Namaskaram. Today we are going to discuss linear operator and the relation between matrices of the same linear operator. Okay. Okay. First we are going to define linear operator. And what is linear operator? A linear transformation T from V to V is called a linear operator on V. Okay. The linear operator is nothing. It is a linear transformation. Only thing is the domain and range. Both are domain and codomain. Both are the same vector space. Okay. A linear transformation from vector space to same vector space. Such linear transformations are called a linear operator. And we have seen that how to find the matrix of a transformation if it is from some vector space V to W. And we assume that V is n dimensional and W is m dimensional, and B and C are bases for V and W respectively. Then this is the notation of the matrix, and also we know how to create this matrix. Okay. First you take the first basis element from B, then you take the image, then find the coordinate of that element with respect to C. That is the first column. Right. Similarly, find the second element from the B and take the image and find the coordinate of that image with respect to C. That is the second column. That's why its order is m by n. Okay. And similarly, we can what is the matrix of linear operator? Because here T is from V to V. Okay, so we can choose the same basis, right? In the case of in general case, we use the different vector spaces, so that's why we use B and C. Okay, in this case we use the same vector space. Our domain and codomain are both the same vector spaces, so here we can use the same basis for two vector spaces. Okay, that's why we denote that matrix by T with respect to B and B. Clear? And okay, what is the order of this matrix? Here we assume that suppose we assume that V is n dimensional, then this V is also n dimensional. So what about the order? Order is n by n, right? And here both the bases are same. So simply we denote this by T with respect to B, matrix of T with respect to B. That's enough, because in the case of linear operator we use the same basis for both the vector spaces, so we can simply notate this matrix by T with respect to B. Clear? And this matrix is an n by n matrix. Clear? Okay, so now it is clear what is matrix of T with respect to B. Okay, next we consider a linear transformation from T from V to V, and we know a vector space has several bases. So we consider two bases, B and C. So this basis is for this vector space also, that is B and C. So now we can find what is the matrix of T with respect to B. Also you can find what is the matrix of T with respect to C using this rule. Okay, and so there is a natural question. These two matrices represent the same linear transformation, right? We derive these two matrices from the same linear transformation. So naturally we expect, or does there exist a relation between these two matrices? That is our question. Okay. Yes. Answer is yes. Because if you have two such matrices, then this is the relation. Okay. That means if B equal to U1 U2 etc. UN and C is equal to V1 V2 etc. Vn are two bases for a vector space V, and T is a linear operator on V, then the matrix of T with respect to B is equal to PBC inverse into T with respect to C into PBC. Okay, then what is this PBC? Yes, in previous session we have seen PBC is nothing, it is a transition matrix from B to C. So PBC represent transition matrix from B to C, and this is the inverse of PBC. Also we know that this PBC inverse, what is that in terms of a transition matrix? Yes, that is also a result. We have seen that, that is sorry, this is PCB. Okay, we know that PBC inverse equal to PCB. Anyway, matrix of T with respect to B is equal to PBC inverse matrix of T with respect to C into PBC. Okay, this is the relation between such matrices, or the matrices corresponding to the same linear transformation. Okay, so this means two matrices. These are the two matrices. Two matrices represent the same linear transformation. Then there is a relation like this. Okay, so there's a converse question. Yeah, converse question is like this. Suppose two n by n matrices G and H satisfying a relation like this. That means G equal to some P inverse HP. Okay, a relation like this. Clear? Then the natural question is, what about this G and H? Does G and H represents the same linear transformation? Okay, if T has two metric matrices, if two has two matrix representation, then there is a relation like this. So converse question is, suppose two matrices satisfies this relation, then does there exist a unique transformation with these two matrices? Okay, that means what about Gn? That means there exists a linear transformation T such that that's our question. Okay, such that T with respect to, we can write G as T with respect to some basis, and H is equal to T with respect to some other basis. Okay, is it possible or not? Or does there exist a unique transformation which satisfies these two conditions? Okay, or simply say that two n by n matrices G and H satisfies this condition. The question is, does these two matrices G and H represents the same linear transformation? And it means that this means that we can write G as T with respect matrix of T with respect to some basis B, and H is equal to same T with respect to some other basis C. Okay. Yes, answer is yes. This is the result. Two n by n matrices G and H represent the same linear transformation if and only if there exists an invertible matrix P such that G equal to P inverse HP. That means if G and H represent the same linear transformation, then G and H satisfies this condition. If two matrices satisfy this condition, then there exists a unique linear transformation T such that G and H are the matrices of this T with respect to some bases B and C. Okay. And if a matrix satisfies this condition, then we say that such matrices are called similar. Okay, similar matrices. So two matrices similar means they represent the same linear transformation with respect to some basis. That's all. Okay, consider this problem. Find the matrix representations for the linear operator on R square defined by T of AB equal to 11A plus 3B and minus 5A minus B, 5B with respect to these two bases. Okay, so first we have to find T with respect to B. And how to find T with respect to B? First we have two elements on this B. So we have to first consider first vector. What is T of 1 0? By definition, T of 1 0 is nothing, it is 11 minus 5, right? Next we have to find the coordinate of this image. Now T of 1 0 is here, T of 1 0 is somewhere here. So next we have to find the coordinate of this T of 1 0 with respect to B. That means we can write this as some C1 times 1 0, that is our base elements in B, plus some C2 times 0 1, right? And it is clear that C1 equal to 11 and C2 equal to minus 5. Okay, that's the idea. So anyway, we can easily find the coordinate of this the first column. What is the first column? First column is C1 is 11 and C2 is equal to minus 5, so 11 minus 5, right? And similarly you can find the second column. How to find? You find the image of second element, then write that in terms of B, then find the coefficients. That is our second column. So that is nothing, that is actually 3 minus 5. Okay, so this is the matrix of T with respect to B. Similarly, you can find matrix of T with respect to C. How to find the first column? To take the image of the first element, then write that image in terms of C, then take the coefficients. That is our first column. Okay, that is a coordinate of T of first base element with respect to C. Okay, this is the procedure. We consider T of 1 1, that is equal to 14 minus 10. Then write this element in terms of base elements of C. That is C1 into 1 1 plus C2 into minus 1 1. Then solve for C1 and C2. Okay, they are called coordinate of this vector. Okay, by solving this expression, we have that is 2 and minus 12. Similarly, you can find the second column. How to find second column? To take the image of the second element, write this then write the minus on 1, t of minus on 1 in terms of c, then find the coefficients. Okay, that is equal to minus 4, 4. So this is the matrix of t with respect to the first basis, and this is the matrix of the same linear transformation with respect to the second basis. Okay, and we know there is a relation between these two matrices. We will see that in next problem. Yes, this is 11, 3, minus 5, 5, and 2, minus 4, 12, minus 12 and 4. Okay. Okay, in next problem, we have to verify that relation between these two matrices. Already we have t with respect to b and t with respect to c. Next, you have to find the transition matrix and check whether it satisfies this condition or not. Okay. Okay. Now we have matrix of t with respect to b and matrix of t with respect to c from previous problem. Also, we have seen how to find this transition matrix in previous session. That is PBC. That is nothing. 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2, and 1 by 2. Okay. To verify this result, we have to find the inverse of this 2 by 2 matrix. It is easy to find a inverse of any 2 by 2 matrix. So that is PBC inverse. We know that is nothing actually PCB. Either you can find PCB or you can find the inverse of this matrix. Both are same. Anyway, it is 1, 1, 1 minus 1, 1, 1. Then next we have to consider this product and check whether they are same or not. That's all. So we consider the matrix PBC inverse T with respect to C and PBC, that is equal to, this is our inverse matrix, and this is nothing, T with respect to C, 2 minus 4 minus 12 4, and this is our PBC. Then you take the product. That is nothing. If you take the product of first two matrices, that gives like this. Again you take the product, then that is equal to 11 3 minus 5 minus 5. That is nothing, our T with respect to B. So that is our verification. Clear? Okay. Anyway, if two matrices represent the same linear transformation, then there is a nice relation between them, and such relations are called similarity. Okay. And this is your homework. Thank you.